Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hey everybody, old Captain here, and this is a video request for Asshole Consulting. If you have a request, it does not have to be video or email. It could be whatever you want. Well, it has to be video or email. Go to assholeconsulting.com. Send me your questions. Send me your money. And with a little bit of truth, we can help you out a lot more than a ton of frickin' lies that your therapists and your guidance counselors will bill out at $400 an hour for. Dear Aaron, I have been an avid YouTube subscriber to your channel for over a year now. I watch your posts almost daily and love what you stand for and the advice that you provide to people. I'm currently reading your book, Enjoy the Decline. I know you are constantly saying go to school for networking, computer science, or engineering as a hedge against employers constantly cutting jobs, shrinking salaries, and abusing the fuck out of their employees. However, I graduated from college with a worthless degree, information systems and finance, when the market crashed in 2008. Oh, that's bad timing. I started an IT help desk job and worked a career up to being a front-end web developer designer for a financial services firm. I'm not a real success and I'm pressing on 30. I've been plagued with retarded recruiters who think I owe them something and they negotiate shit for me when it comes to companies that I want to work for and have fucked up my IT career with piss poor placement, costing me jobs, and not being able to sell me to corporations when I have the required skills that the employer wanted. Now, I was not a core engineer, but everything is on the web, and I usually was doing 3 to 4 jobs: project management, design, user experience, and full-blown user interface development. Well, you get a lot of experience there. I still worked more than 40 hours with unrealistic deadlines, abusive management, and feature requirements that never cemented, and people overpromising my work where I had to stay almost 70 hours a week at a time to fix other people's mistakes. I've started an accounting information system certificate, and I'm working at another bank in their pricing department. I'm looking to leave come the new year for a job in corporate accounting, tax, and accounts payable. I have friends who have been working in accounting, and they have not suffered as much job displacement and disruption as I have suffered in the IT world. I would love to start a business down the road as well. What do you think of my career change from the IT world to the accounting world? There's another certificate in data management, but more geared towards R programming and statistical modeling that actuarial science uses and riding the big data wave. What would you think about getting a certificate as well? I know you said that accounting has been plagued by progressive credentialism and getting a master's in accounting, 150 hours CPA and CPE. I've also looked into the CISA and would love to get your feedback on this as well. I'm willing to pay you for your advice, as what I should do. Thank you. Holy shit. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm going to rethink some things. Alright, here's the deal. They're all good options. The question is, I'm wondering if you've been relying solely on recruiters to get your jobs, that may be the hiccup. Because the recruiters, I like recruiters because at least I can tell them yes or no. Like, it doesn't hurt to have recruiters outsourcing that and getting that shit done for you. But you have to be choosy. You can't just say, I'll take anything. Of course, now that's a problem if you're poverty-stricken. You got to take anything you can get. But you should constantly be looking, and not just having them look for you, but you should be looking as well. And it sounds like to me that, like, I don't know who your recruiter was, but it sounds like they were just selling at anything and anyone and over-promising and things that you just couldn't deliver. It also sounds like, whereas accounting may have you might have an intellectual interest with accounting, you're still like an IT guy at heart if you're asking about R programming and CISA or CISA in terms of certification. So what's happening is your career's kind of like starting to blend, where you're going from IT into more of a data analytics, and then on the far right side would be just strictly accounting and CPA and stuff like that. But in between is kind of like, okay, we're going to take data, IT, modeling, like you said, big data, and you start to get into the realm of actuarial science or even statistical modeling. But what I would do, you'd have to have a big interest to go the CPA route. And because it is a different world. It's a completely different thing. So yeah, okay, they say you could get it. And the CPA ain't no fucking cakewalk either. So it's going to take you a lot of time to go and study accounting, understand the concept of accounting, go get your CPA, and even then your starting or your median salary, it depends on what statistics you want to use, but the CPA median salary is about $74,000, which is good. But CISA, people certified in CISA, you're looking at $89,000, and that's then in your field. And our programmers, this took a little bit of digging, is $62,000, which is not as good as a CPA, but it's just learning one language. I would really, I can't tell you what to do because it really boils down on what you'd like to do. But if you're having trouble finding jobs and having your skills, well, it sounds like you're getting abused, and it certainly sounds like your skills are in demand. But if you wanted to get beyond, you got to take what you can get. People think they can take advantage of you. 30, 70 hours of work a week, and then if you don't take it, we'll just find somebody else. It sounds like getting additional certifications, like in the CISA, maybe R programming, and going that big data wave might help. Now, the problem with going big data, there are degrees out there, and that might be something you might want to look into. There's master's programs being offered on big data analytics, stuff like that. And you wouldn't necessarily be going the actuarial route, which itself is just caked with fucking progressive credentialism. That's not even, they make damn good money, but by God, the amount of certifications you have to take almost makes it not worth it. But if you can just be the IT guys, the math and behind that, I think it'd be a pretty safe move going into our programming, CISA, all this other stuff. Stay in the IT realm, see if you can get these certifications so you don't have to, so you're above the fray. You don't have to deal with bullshit. You can go directly to employers. You could go direct, meet people. I know it sucks, dude. I know it fucking sucks going to these goddamn networking events, but going directly to the hiring manager. Hell, going straight to the company, say, I like to talk to, the hiring manager. LinkedIn, that's another thing. I know this all sucks. It's like dating. You got to go online. You got to sit through all this bullshit. You can still have recruiters do it, but go higher end recruiters. Just get out. It just sounds like you're in a lower class of people and employment in the lower segment or caste of the labor market. See if you can find a higher quality recruiter, directly approach companies, go to these goddamn meetings, go to these fucking networking events, get your certification so you can just bypass the HR bullshit and having these recruiters fucking screw you over. And all of a sudden people are like, oh yeah, you got your CISA. It's like, okay, good, come talk to me, here's my card. But yeah, I don't, but you really gotta like accounting to go into it. And I would recommend taking like a class online through Khan's Academy. Learn the accounting cycle. Like, just do that. Learn the accounting cycle. And if you don't like that and that's really boring, I wouldn't do it. Because there's that. And then there's tax. Open up the IRS tax code. See if that's fun. It's something you really got to like to do. So it sounds like to me, you're an IT guy. Sounds like you got your skills together. And you're certainly not, that gray area between the two is certainly not lucrative. It's lucrative. That big data wave is, you may want to think about getting your master's in that. But as with all things IT, see if you can't learn yourself a new language, see if you can't get a certification, preferably not have to go get a degree. See if you like that world, see if it doesn't improve your employment chances and the quality of your employment. And then go from there. And then, worst comes to worst, okay, so you got your certification and you learned R programming, it still didn't work. All right, you're out, maybe a year of your life? Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Then you had another question about, you're living in Massachusetts. I said Texas and down south are better places. However, I'm perturbed with Texas law that says they could seize your assets if accused of a crime. Also, here race relations is a big problem. I know any place is better than this piece of shit right all. Yeah, Boston just sucks. I don't know what it would be. And then, just try South Dakota, Florida, any other place but Boston. Boston just sucks. Get out of that East Coast. And then finally you asked, does R programming trump accounting in 5 to 10 years, or does accounting trump R programming? It depends. Just getting a degree in accounting, I can't tell you. I don't know. I can't predict the market 5 to 10 years from now either. R programming may be replaced by something. It may be an obsoleted language by that time. It depends how far you go with accounting. A CPA would have a longer term, longer standing, longer shelf life, I imagine, than any computer language. But yeah, I can't tell you what's going to happen in 5 to 10 years. I can't tell you what the return on investment is going to be. But I'm just a little worried about programming languages like that. It's got to have a shelf life of many years before, all of a sudden now you got to relearn a new program. But Yeah, really evaluate that accounting thing. Take a class online, grab a book about accounting, read through it, spend the 6 to 10 hours reading through an accounting book, and see if that's something you want to do. Because you may answer your question, who knows, maybe, oh my God, this is my calling. How come I'm in love with debits and credits, and then you go off and become a CPA. So, anyway, hope that helps. Toodles.